Hello everyone, welcome to soundproofguide.com. In this video, I'll be talking about different ways on how to soundproof a floor, but not in a way that basically you have to hire somebody to actually do it. These are all just tips on how to make the floor quieter for people downstairs, or just so it doesn't have so much echo also for the people in the room where the floor resides. So these are all easy and inexpensive ways on how to do it, and in a lot of these cases you probably already have some of these items that I'm going to mention at your house already, so you could probably just do that right after watching this video. So obviously, unlike walls and ceilings, it's not that hard to put something on the floor, so basically between the floor and the living area, compared to walls and ceilings, because of course on the wall you'll have to hang them, in the ceiling you have to stick them up, but a floor you can just put things on the floor and just let gravity be your friend, and hopefully these few tips will help you in keeping your floor from making too much noise for yourself or for the people underneath you. Now, the first option is, of course, carpeting. Plenty of people, myself included, love having hardwood floors and ceramic tiles inside rooms, but it might just be leading to noisier areas if the sound is coming from below. The carpet will help muffle the sound and prevent noise from even reaching those surrounding it. It might take some warming up to the idea, but there are plenty of carpet choices online. There are floor protection options as well for people who don't want to do anything to their hardwood floors over time. With any types of color out there, as well as different lengths, a person can make a sound decision on what they want. A longer, thicker carpet is going to kill sound a bit better, but most will do a decent job, especially with good padding underneath. Similarly, a rug works in the same way as carpets. It won't kill sound nearly as well, but it does an adequate job in the eyes of most. A big area rug can practically fill up an entire room, and that might be enough for you to kill lingering sounds. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing to my channel. I will provide links to each and every one of these products I talk about in this video in the description below. Option number 2 is rubber sound killing floor mats. This is for people who already have carpet but still have some issues with sound coming from below. Most people use these in extreme situations, but since they're coming down in price, it's worth looking into in the very beginning just in case. Originally, rubber mats became very popular because of the shock absorbing they provide and the fact that they don't slip around. That's why lots of mats will be found in workout gyms and other high usage area. Almost by accident, they became very popular for those looking to kill any sound. Those who can install their own carpets should consider doing this ahead and putting these rubber mats in to start with. Since they are pretty affordable, there are no limitations as far as it goes. They might come in handy later on, and it's much easier to have already them installed. Not only that, but if exercising goes on at home, it's a little easier on the body. The only negative is that it does make the carpet sit just a slight bit higher in general. After laying everything down, no one will notice the difference, so don't let this become too much of an issue. Number 3, multi-use mats. These mats might not be made specifically for killing sound, but they work just the same. Some floor mats works best when installed in high traffic area. Instead of being put on the entire floor, these multi-use mats don't need to be covered by a carpet or rug necessarily. Instead, they do a solid job by themselves. They might look a bit out of place in certain rooms, but it's a trade-off for ultimate portability. The two most common reasons to put this type of flooring down is for a kid area or a place to exercise. Some of these floor mats comes in small puzzle pieces, and they can be picked up in a matter of minutes and reinstalled later on. This comes in handy with smaller places that might not want this type of flooring down all the time. Not only do these mats work well to kill sound, but they also protect the flooring very well. This comes in handy for bands that are recording because they are constantly using some pretty heavy equipment. If drums are placed on basic flooring, it can start to wear down certain spots and not make it look so nice. Since they come in relatively small pieces, if one or two gets worn out, they can easily be replaced. The next one is mass loading vinyl. Out of the affordable options, this is probably the best to kill sound as much as possible. This is a very dense material that creates a sound barrier. A lot of people will install this on floors, ceilings, and walls. It sometimes is sufficient enough to do everything itself, but a combination of mass loading vinyl, floor mats, and carpet can make a significant difference in the sound coming through the floor. Even though it is pretty inexpensive to add, MLV is a little different in that it needs to be nailed or screwed into the floor. It can be problematic for those who do not own the property they live in. It's important to get permission before doing anything on the floor, so get it approved first. If they don't approve it, there is no other alternative than to go with the other temporary options instead. A lot of professional setups like to use MLV because it does such a solid and dependable jobs for years to come. It can handle all types of sound very well, and pricing is just right. So that's it. There's not that much more you can do to your floor without starting to tear things up, and that's the reason why I'll stop here. I went as far as adding mass loaded vinyl and subfloors maybe, if you're going to be already installing carpeting on the entire floor. Now that's not something that's too difficult. Just make sure that if you do install carpeting and you do have a noise issue, try to find out if you should put something on the floor. Even those workout mats, they're pretty good, and also they've come down in price quite a lot. If you don't have that much area to carpet, that's actually not a bad thing to look into. I've also left links in the description below of all of the products that I've talked about in this video. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment if you have any soundproofing questions. I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much.